स्वागतम् अद्य बुधवासरः द्वितीयस्य मासस्य प्रथमं दिनं व्याकरणविभागः तद्धितप्रकरणं प्रथमतः मङ्गलाचरणं रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओं नम इति अथ श्री महाश्वर सूत्राणि अ इ उण् ऋ ए ओंग ऐ औच हयवरट् लण् ञ म ङ ण नम जबै घडदश जब गडदश खफ छ ठ थ च ट थव कपै श श सर हल iti mahashra sutrani. So again, today is the 1st of February, Wednesday. Vasu is back. Welcome to Vasu. And we are doing the Tadhita Prakaranam. Last topic of this lesson. We are on page 146, point number 2 and 2. We have to do only this number 2 and 3, which is mayat and matrach. Mayat and matrach. So it says mayat, this suffix conveys the meaning of made of and full of. Let's look at these sutras over here. First of all, the ending takara and mayat is a it by halantyam. And the reason for the takara is that in the strilinga striyam, you get the pratyaya nip in striyam. So by tidhani dvaya sajum dajnai matrashtaya thai kai korapaha. So by the sutram in the feminine, you get the pratyaya nip rather than the usual ajadyata shtap. You get the pratyaya nip instead. Okay, let's look at the sutram which brings in mayat. It's here in the document. The sutram is. Oh, before we do that, let me do a couple of corrections. Last time, I think, Vasu, you have to mute yourself, Vasu. Okay. Last time we had the sutram which we had back here, which is in the Matub Adhikaraha. We looked at the sutram which is Lomadi, Pamadi, Pichadibhya, Shane Lachaha. Shane Lachaha. So the Pamadi Ganaha, Pamadibhyaha, the pratyaya was na pratyaya, pamadibhyo naha. Now at that time what I thought was the paman pratipadikam. The pratipadikam is paman. Now paman I thought was a neuter. So when I gave the vigraha vakyam last time, I did it was pama astyasya iti pamanaha. But I think the paman is a masculine pratipadikam. I looked at apte afterwards, realized that paman is actually not a neuter, but paman is pullinga shabdaha. Pullinga shabdaha. So we'll get the like rajan vat shabdaha. So it's going to be pama astyasya. Pama astyasya. I mean, of course, once you do the sandhi, will not be any difference. Pama astyasya iti pamanaha. And we said paman is like a disease, like a rash or some kind of like that. So paman pratipadikam. So paman pratipadikam is a pullinga pratipadikam. So correction from last time is that the vigraha vakyam when we say should be pama astyasyiti pamanaha. Pama astyas. Make the correction, please. Not pama, but so I thought it was like naman shabda is what I thought. But instead it is not like that, it's like Rajan Shabda, because you can see here it's a Pullinga Pratipadikam. So the Prathama Vibhakti of Paman will be Pama, so Pama. That's one correction. Secondly, I had a typo. In the word Srigne. Srigna was I think an old region in the North India, Srigna. So I've had some typos. I had Sridhna, Srigna. Anyway, I had some typos last time. Srigne. Srighna, when I put here Srighne prakara, I had a typo over here, and I had a typo here also. I had the rikaraha. It was also wrong. It should be Srughne. So from last time, correct the typo. Srughne. Okay, so that was from last time. Now, talking about this pratyaya mayat. Let's look at this adhikara first. Always keep an eye on the Ashtadhyayi, where we are in the Ashtadhyayi. And here in the Ashtadhyayi, we did the Sheshe adhikara, which was going from 4 to 92 Sheshe up to right before the Tasya Vikaraha. Tasya Vikaraha. And that is 4.3. 135 is Tasya Vikaraha. Sorry, 134. So we are the Sheshe ends at 4.3, 133. And from 4.3, 134 starts Tasya Vikaraha. So now we're going to look at this section of Tasya Vikaraha a little bit. We're looking at this sutram is in this adhikara of Tasya Vikaraha, and this mayadvaitayor bhashayam bhaksha chadanayoho. So mayat va etayoho bhashayam abhaksha chadanayoho. That is the sutram. So so one more time is that we finished the Shesha adhikara at 4.3.133, and then from 4.3.134 starts Tasya Vikaraha, and this adhikara I think goes apad samaptehe. It goes to the end of the padaha. So after Shesha ends up at 4.3.133, from 4.3.134 starts Tasya Vikaraha. In that section, the sutram is there. Mayadvaitayor bhashayam bhaksha chadanayoho. So there is, let's look at the Vritya sutram. Mayadvaitayor bhashayam bhaksha chadanayoho. Prakriti matran mayadvasyat vikaravayoho. In the sense of vikara and avayava. Now, where did the avayava meaning come? Because we just said Tasya Vikara starts from 134. But the next sutram, it says avayavecha paranyo shadi vrikshebhya. So if the prakriti, the term which is taking the pratyaya, is either a prani vachaka shabdaha or oshadhi vachaka shabdaha, so vriksha vachaka shabdaha. In that case, it can be avayavecha. So if it is a living being, prani or oshadhi, like a plant or a creeper, and then vrikshebhya or a tree. In that case, these pratyayas which are starting from 4.1, 134, 135, so I should say from 130, yeah, from this section, in this section, they can also be used avayave. It means a part of that, So one more time, this adhikara tasya vikaraha means a product of that. Tasya vikara means modification, product made out of that, a product of that. But if the prakriti is either a prani vachaka or oshadhi vachaka or vriksha vachaka, in that case it can also be avayavecha. It can be either in vikare atva avayavecha. So this is the adhikara which is going from down here. So this sutram which we just read is in that adhikara. So basically mayat can be used vikare, the product of that, or it can be used as a part of that, but then it has to be a part of a living being or a plant, creeper, or a tree. So that is this section of mayat. That's why the vritti says prakriti matran. It didn't say which set of words will take this pratyaya mayat. This is prakriti matran. So prakriti, in fact, this is pratyaya matrach. We're going to look at the pratyaya matrach coming in the next section in the book in a few minutes. So prakriti matran means any prakriti, following any prakriti. Because it did not say, etebhya shabdebhya eva mayat itina uktam. Samanyena uktam. So that's why I say prakriti matran mayat vasyat vikara vayavayoho. But we have to remember that if it is to be used avayave, it has to be after pranyoshadi vrikshebhya. That's the only condition. So yes, any prakriti can take mayat in vikare or avayave, but to be in the sense of avayave, it has to be following a word which is a living being or a plant or a tree. So that's the pratyaya mayat. Let's take a look at a quick example. Says that ashmano vikaraha ashmamayam ashmam. So something which is made of stone, product of stone. So says ashman plus myas plus mayat, because it says tasya vikaraha, right? So tasya the anuvritti of tasya is coming down. So this is shashtiyantat. So ashmanaha vikaraha. Ashmana, something which is made out of stone. Ashmamayam. Idam ashmamayam. So you can say ima. So iyam. Sorry, iyam ashmamayi murtihi. This is a statue made out of stone. Murtihi. Ashmamayi murtihi. So Ashman plus Myas because Shashti Tasya is Shashti Vachanam. I mean, the Vachanam is not important, but Shashti Bhakti. So Tasya Vikaraha. So Shashti plus Mayat by the Sutram. Mayat va etayor. Etayor means etayor arthayoho. In those two meanings. So Mayat va optionally etayoho means Vikara avayavayoho. And then Bhashayam means not in the Vedic, in classical Sanskritam. Abhakshya chadanayoho, which should not be an edible, something which you eat, or something which you wear, something which you wear. So here this is a modification of made of stone. This is not something to be eaten or something you wear. So we can use the pratyaya mayat. Always check all the conditions in the vritti before applying the sutram. Ashman plus myas plus mayat, and Ashman, of course, we do the anubandha lopa by halantyam, and then the samudaya gets the prajapadic sanya by kritya samasascha supo dhatu prajapadicayoho, and then we get pratyay lope pratyay lakshanam supting antam padam. So Ashman gets the padasanya, and then no lopaha prajapadikantasya. For 8 to 7 nakara lopaha, we get ashmamaya. Now if you want to make, okay, let's take this said va mayat va etayor va. So pakshe will get the autsargikaha anpratyaha, because don't forget our adhikara of Pradivyaton. That divyat is up to 4. In fact, that divyat, Pradivyaton, that divyat starts at 4 in the beginning of 4. This is the last part of this Pradivyaton adhikara. The last part is adhikara, this tasya vikaraha. So this, because divyat comes, I think in 442 comes divyat. In 442 comes divyat. Yes, 442 is divyat. So basically this is the last part of, this is the last adhikara of an, Pradivyato an. So because mayat is vikalpena mayat, sutram says va etayoho. So then we take pratyaya an also by just tasya vikaraha by the adhikara sutram, along with of course Pradivyato an. So we take it from there, and then we get Ashman, same thing here, anubandha lopaha, and then again same thing supluk, and here we do the adi vriddhi, Taditeshvacha madehe. But when we added the mayat did not have any chavarga or tavarga panchama as an it. It did not have the kakara as an is, so there was no adi vriddhi. When we add the pratyaya an, of course we do adi vriddhi. Taditeshvacha madehe becomes ashman. Now we should have had the angam gets the bha sanya by yachibham, and then we should be able to use nastadhite. So let's just follow this for a second. So now what we have ashman plus a. Now at this point the angam has the bha sanya by yachibham, and we already studied the sutram which is nastadhite. When you have nakarantam angam, which has the bha sanya, and if it's followed by pratyaya which has the tadhita sanya, then the angam takes tilopa of the angam, nastadhite. So that should be coming here, because we do have ashman, which is a nakaranta pradipadikam angam, which has the bha sanya, and the pratyaya an has tadhita sanya, of course, because of adhikara of tadhita starts from 4176. And an was given as the default from 4183 Pradivyaton. So it does have the sanya of tadhitaha. So we should get the tilopaha. But then comes 64167. 64167 comes and says an. Okay, and then what it says, anuvritti of ani is coming down. Ani. So anuvritti of prakritya is coming down. Prakritya. In fact, I think in the last class itself we looked at a case, the we have used 64163 in the last class when we are doing the priyasya bhavaha. When we did that, let me see if I can take you back there. So this prakriti bhavaha was something we touched on in the prior class. Let's see if we can get there somewhere. No, I'm sorry, not in this one. Give me 1 second. Ata inita, no. It was in the prior class. No, it was in the when we did the tasya bhavaha. So let me see if I'm sorry. Seeing a long document now. Okay, here it is. This was when we did this priyasya bhavaha prema. Priyasya bhavaha prema. Just, I'm going back 2 classes right now, but we had the pratyaya imanich, and then we by 5.1.122 we had imanich. I'm just taking you back a couple of classes to show where we have seen prakriti bhava already. Pritvadibhya imanijva, and then we went through the steps and we did anubandha lopaha and then supluk and priya plus iman. Then by 64157 we got the pra adesha, and then we had pra plus iman. Now the sutram prakritya ikach says that ishtadishva ekach prakritya syat. That's only in the ishte me yassu, but the anuvritti of prakritya is coming down from there. So we touched on the sutram 64163. If you can look back a couple of classes, 64163, we derived the form Preman Pratipadikam. And at that time, we had looked at this sutram Prakritya Ikach. In fact, that's the last sutram in this section of Ishte Me Yassu, which we started Ishte Me from 154 to Ishte Me Yassu. Ishte Me Ishtan, Imanich and Iyasun. So their last sutram was Prakritya Ekach. So if it's Ekach Angam, then it's still Prakritya. And we used that when we had Pra plus Iman. We did not apply Yasyeticha because Prakritya Ekach, we just did Ad Gunaha and we got Preman. So if you look back a couple of classes, you will see we used 64157 Prakritya Ekach. That sutram Prakritya Ekach is only in the context of Ishte Me Yassu, Ishtadishu Ekach. But Anuvritti of Prakritya comes down for the next few rows. Anuvritti of Prakritya comes down for up to 170. So Prakritya comes down to 170. Means Prakritya means it stays as it is in the natural state. It stays by the natural state. Means they don't undergo any modifications. So and there the anuvritti of Ani comes from 64164. The Pratyaya, the sutram An is 64167. So one more time, Prakritya comes from 64163, which I've already used when we did Preman Prajapadikam. Anuvritti of Ani comes from 64164, and then sutram An 64167. 64167. So let's do it 64167 now. And that sutram is saying that, let me just find this. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. An basic say if you have an antam angam followed by pratyaya an, it says it is prakritya, it stays as it is. So here it is. So right now we are situation of ashman plus a. A is the pratyaya an. Now the angam is the bhasanya by yachibham because the pratyaya is falling as swadi pratyaya. One more time reminder, swadi includes all the supratyayas, all the sti pratyaya as well as tadhyataha. So angam gets the bhasanya. But now and then by the sutram an, which is, sutram is an, sutram is an antamangam. So an prakritya syad, so this is a typo here, should be an prakritya syad. An prakritya syad anipare. An prakritya syad anipare. So by that, we could not use the sutram nastadhite. Because nastadhite says ti lopaha. If you have a nakarantam angam which has the bhasanya followed by pratyaya which is sadhita sanya, then the angam takes T lopa. So T lopa praptaha. But then an comes and says that specific sutram, it says if you have a angam ending in an followed by the pratyaya an only, then that stays prakritya. So we could not have done the T lopaha, which we want to do. T lopaha ishtaha kartum na shakyate an iti nishiddhatvat. So, but now what we do is that there's a vartikam which says that ashmano vikare T lopo vaktavyaha. Under that sutram an, there's an exception. Ashmano vikare, when vikaraha, so made out of stone, particularly only this pratipadikam ashman. Followed that, if you have the pratyaya an in the sense of tasya vikaraha, then we should go ahead and do T lopaha. We should, so basically this sutram an will not apply in our specific case where you have ashman followed by an in the sense of vikare. So one more time is that first of all angam is bhasanya vechibham. So by nastadhite 64144 T lopaha. But 64167 says sutram is an prakritya syad anipare. So T lopaha, so everything is blocked now. But the vartikam under 64167 says that ashmano vikare T lopo vaktavyaha. So now we do a T lopaha of the an, of course achvantya the T, so we get an, and then we get ashma. Of course, we will make it feminine. We will have to make it ashmi, because remember, just like the mayat, the an is specifically mentioned in 4.1. If you want a feminine form in 4.1.15, tit the an. So here also, if you make it like we say ashmamayi murti athva ashmi murti. In both cases, we'll get the pratyaya nip. So this is pratyaya mayat. Going back one more time, it is used in the sense of optionally in the sense of vikaravayavayoho bhashayam only abhaksha chadanayoho, and it didn't say any prakriti as a general rule can take this pratyaya, but the condition is that if it has to be avayave, it has to be only pranyoshadhi vrikshepya. Now we'll go to the book. Then he says, why does it say abhaksha chadanayoho? Because mudgana vikaro maudgaha supaha. Moong dal. When you make moong dal, supaha same meaning as in English, like a soup. So basically, if you make a preparation from moong, mudgaha, mudgashchame, right? So now that we cannot use the pratyaya mayat. So we cannot say mudgamayaha vaktum na shakyate, because it is in the sense of it's a sense of vikare. So vikare, it is fine, but it is bhaksha. So bhaksha vastu. So it is something to be eaten. So because the condition for using mayat, it should not be in the sense of something which is to be eaten, something which is acchalan, which is to be used as a covering for wearing. So therefore mayat cannot be used in the sense. So we said mudgana vikaro maudgaha supaha. This is a dal made out of moong. We cannot say mudga mayaha supaha. We have to say maudgaha supaha. So an only will come. Similarly, karpasasya vikaro karpasam achadanam. Something, a cotton garment. So so there we cannot use mayat, because this is in the sense of achadanam, something that you wear, something that you use to cover yourself. So karpasasya vikaro. Yes, sir.
Words like annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, that is also mayat.
That's also mayat, yes. Annamaya kosha. It's a modification of that. It's a product of that. Product of annamaya, correct.
So they also go through the same Tattvita Prayoga.
Same, the exact same thing that we have over here. Same. So this is same. Annamaya kosha, Tetri Upanishad will be same thing. Annasya vikaraha, annamayaha. So same like that. It will be same thing. Correct. It will be same sutra. This sutram only will come there. Mayadvaitayor bhashayam bhakshachadanayoho. So correct. Annamaya kosha, so all that will come with that only. Anandamaya kosha. So yeah, but I guess if you're saying this is achadanam here is I guess not kosha. I think this achadanam is like a garment, something that you wear, I know. Kosha also is like a covering, I guess. But I don't think it qualifies as achadanam, because that would disqualify mayat. So here karpasasya vikaraha karpasam achadanam. This is I think something which you wear like a like a garment or like something you take over to cover yourself. So I know annamaya kosha sounds like a covering, but I don't think that qualifies as achadanam. So okay, now the thing is that etayoho ityanena kim. Because why does Sutram say etayoho? Because already as I explained to you that the adhikara of tasya vikaraha along with the next one, which is avayavecha pranyoshadi vrikshepshaha, already we had the meaning of vikare and avayave. So everything was coming down. So why does it need to say etayoho? Etayo ityanena kim yavata vikaravayavau prakrutaveva. They are coming down already. They already, there's the current topic. Prakrita means their current topic. That is the topic at hand. Then it says ye vishesha pratyayaha, which was pranirajatibhyo ityevam adeha tad vishayapi yatha syat kapotamayam kapotam. So what it means is that this etayoho is interpreted by the Vrittikara and the Bhashyakara, etc. in the sense that even in the later rules which are coming later on, that after Mayat, for example, this one, 154, Pranirajati Bhyoi. So here also we should be able to use Mayat. So otherwise what would have happened is that this would be taken as an apavada for Mayat, and Mayat could not be used alongside these. So the way this etayoho is interpreted by the commentators is that even though anuvritti of coming was coming of avayave and vikara and avayave, but still etayo is mentioned in order to allow mayat to be used down here also along with the special pratyayaha. So vishesha so says that ye vishesha pratyayaha pranirajatibhyo ai ityevam adayaha tad vishaya api yathasya. So even in that context also mayat can be used. So that is to emphasize that etayoho means that mayat can be used even when the later sutras come and give a special pratyaya, but that time also mayat can be used. That's the way they interpret this etayoho in the sutra. And the example is given as kapotamayam kapotam. So sorry, kapotamayam kapotam. This is 43154. Again, we'll just take a look at it briefly. This is not in the book, but 43154. The pratyaya ai was specifically given in 43154. Let's look at that briefly. So there also mayat will come. There also mayat will come. It says pranivachibhya prajvatikebhya rijitadibhyascha ai pratyabhavati vikaravayavor arthayoho anadinam apavadaha. So it says that mayuram. What sutram is this? Pranirajatibhyo ai. Okay. So pranivachibhya prajvatikebhya. So if in the sense of a living being, the pratyaya ai was given, a special pratyaya, vishesh pratyaya. But that time also we should be able to get the pratyaya mayat alongside with that, So it says kapotam. So kapotasya, like a pigeon, kapotasya vikaraha atva avayavaha should be kapotam. Now that time, if we didn't say etayoho in that earlier sutram in this 43143, then ai will be considered apavada for mayat. Then we could not use mayat alongside that, but by saying etayoho, we can use it here also. So we get the form kapotamayam and kapotam. So kapotam, of course, is by ai, and kapotamam basically kapotamam is also possible, is what this sutram etayoho means. Now this, as I said, this mayat was optional because it says mayatva. So now, but then since so 43153 was optional. But sometimes mayat is required. Mayat is the only pratyaya to be used. Nityam. So next sutram says nityam vriddha sharadibhya. So bhashayam abhaksha chadanayor ityeva. So those two conditions are still there. It is bhashayam only. in classical Sanskritam, and also abhaksha chadanayoho, which means it should not be in those two meanings of something which is to be eaten or something which you use as a covering. So vriddhebhya pradipadikebhya. So pradipadikam is a sanya of vriddha. Vriddhebhya pradipadikebhya. Sharadadibhyascha. And also following a pradipadikam, the sharadibhya, sharadibhyascha, shara, etc. Abhaksha chadanayor vikaravayor bhashayam vishaye nityam mayat pratyabhavati. So if the pradipadikam has the vriddha sanya, or if it's the sharadi ganaha, then mayat has to be used. We cannot use that the default etc. We have to use only mayat. Now what is vriddha sanya? Vriddha sanya, we can recall, is defined by one is sanya sutram. See, all these sanyas are so important because they are used so many places. Vriddhir yasya acham adi tad vriddham. So if you take a term, if you take all the vowels in that term and take the first vowel, if that is vriddhi, what is vriddhi? Vriddhiradaich. So if that is the akaraha or the h, so aikaraha, aukaraha, then the entire term gets the vriddha sanya. So one more time, if you take a term, a collection of letters, and you collect the vowels in that, and the first vowel, if that has the vriddhi sanya, which means vriddhiradaich, either akaraha, aikaraha, or aukaraha, then the entire term gets the vriddha sanya. So if the first vowel, among all the vowels, if the first vowel has the vriddhi sanya, if it's akaraha, aikaraha, aukaraha, then the entire term gets the vriddha sanya. We'll take some examples. So yasya samudayasya, of a term, samudayasya, collection of letters, acha madhye adir, the first vowel of that term, vriddhi, it has a vriddhi sanya, vriddhiradaicha. Tad vriddha sanyam sya, then the samudaya gets the vriddha sanya. So take an example, amrasya vikaro avayavo va. So vikara atva avayavaha. Then amramayam. Amram is the only form. You will not use the pratyaya and in this case. Why? If you look at the pradipadikam amra, in amra there are two vowels, a, ara, and akara. But the beginning first vowel, the first vowel among the vowels is akara. It doesn't have to be in the beginning spot, but the first among the vowels, the first vowel is the akara, and that of course has the vriddhi sanya, vriddhiradaicha. So then amra gets the vriddha sanya. So then, because of the nityam vriddhishvaradibhyaha, in this sense of vikara or avayavaha, we have to use mayat. So amrasya vikaro vayavayova amramayam. So it is either a product of mango, or it can also be a limb of the mango tree. Because don't forget that we can use the sense of avayave only by this pranyaushadhi vrikshebhya. So this can be amramayam. Amramayam could be something made of mango. It also could be a part of the mango tree. So because the amra has the vriddha sanya, because the first vowel in amra is akaraha, doesn't have to be at the beginning position. Among the vowels, the first vowel is akaraha, that has the vriddhi sanya. So amra gets the vriddha sanya, and then mayat has to be used nityam, we get amramayam. So kashtasya vikaraha kashtamayam. So look at kashta. Kashta has two vowels, the akara and the akara at the end. The first among the vowels, the first vowel is the akara. Again, vriddhiradaich, the akara has the vriddhi sanya. So kashta has the vriddha sanya. So kashtasya vikaraha kashtamayam. So you also have mayat is nityam. You cannot use the pratyaya and with kashtamayam. So again, kashta, it has to be only vikaraha. Because remember, avayavaha, it has to be either a prani, oshadhi, or vriksha. Now, kashta doesn't qualify for that. So it can only be vikaraha. Something made of wood should be only kashtamayam. Now, if you go back, and when we derived the Ashmamayam and Ashmam, then we are Prajapati Ashman. So Ashman doesn't have Vriddha Sanya. In Ashman, the vowels, among the vowels, the first vowel is the Akaraha. That does not have Vriddhi Sanya, because only Vriddhi Adaicha. So Ashman did not have Vriddha Sanya. So we could use both Mayat and Pratyaya An. But here, because the Amra and Kashta have Vriddha Sanya, therefore only Mayat can be used. We get Amra Mayam, sense of Vikaro Avayavova, Vikaro Vayavayova, and then Kashtamayam, because Kashta is not a Prani, Oshadi or Vrikshaha, only Kashtamayam. Shara is a kind of a reed, kind of a grass or a reed. So Sharasya Vikaro Vayavayova Sharamayam. Sharamayam, something which is made out of that Shara, pretty kind of grass, Tuna Vishesha. Sharamayam. So then we cannot use the Pratyaya An, because in the Sharadi Ganaha, the Shara is the first word in that. So we have to say Sharamayam. We cannot say Sharam or something like that, because that will not. Let's see. Ashma plus Mayat. Can we extend Mayat on top of Mayat? I don't see why not. Is that you, Kalpesh? I think Kalpesh, right? I think it's saying, can we add Mayat on top?
Yes, it is. The reason why I'm asking that is because once you have Ashma, then it becomes a Vriddham.
Yes, Vriddham, yes. Then correct. Then it becomes Vriddha Sanya. But then it will be a modification of that, right? It will be like that meaning you're talking about?
No, not rather. Basically, once we have Ashma, then Ashma itself is means something, right? Basically,
it's a product. It's made of stone. Product of stone.
And that's something that is.
So then only if
Vikara of that.
Vriddha Sanya. Because Vikara of that, then yes, then at that point only Mayat. But I don't think of this. I have not seen such a usage. But if there is, then yes. Basically, any Vriddha Sanya you cannot use An after that. Only Mayat can be used. So I don't think Mayat on Mayat is prohibited, but I have not seen it being used anywhere. But if it is used, yes, only Mayat can be used, nothing else. Because once Vriddha Sanya comes, then only Mayat, nothing else. So yeah, if what Kalpesh is saying, if you use Mayat again on top of Ashma, then yes, only Mayat can be used in Tasya Vikare Avayavacha, not An anymore. So because Ashma has the Vriddha Sanya. Yes, Kalpesh.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. And then Vasudha is also talking. Yes, Vasudha.
Namaste, Satish ji.
Namaste. Yes, go ahead.
I have a problem. Can we use the same thing on Mayat? Because when we are doing the other things, we are doing the same way.
You mean
repetition of the Pratyaya?
You mean using Mayat twice?
Yeah, Mayat twice.
It is, it is technically, I don't think prohibited, but I have never seen such a usage. Chinmaya, Mayaha. I guess it's possible, but I don't see any nisheda for that, but I'm not seeing, because,
say it again. I'm not seeing any nisheda. Yeah, I'm not seeing any nisheda, but at the same time, just a common sense thing, I'm not comfortable somehow.
Yeah, so it's a kind of thing which is not in used, I don't think there is any such, what's the anabhidhanat? Anabhidhana means not used.
Okay.
Not used. So I think that is what I can say right now. I don't remember. There is one nishedha. Let me see if I can find it quickly for you. For example, you cannot add san pratyaya on top of san pratyaya. Let me see if I can find that thing. There are some tadita which cannot be used one on top of the other. I don't think Mayat is in that list. Okay, I don't think Mayat is in that list. There is. Let's see if we can find it. Sananta Sannishyate. I think that was.
Please go ahead. I will search for it afterwards.
No, let me see. I'm able to.
Please go ahead.
No, hold on for a minute. I'm able to find it quickly for you. Okay, Sananta Sannishyate. That's just the ad. Let me see. You want Kalpesh by any chance where it is? Kalpesh, do you remember if you're there? Okay, I found it. Okay. Shaishikad Madhubarthiyat Shaishiko Madhubarthakaha Sarupaha Pratyo Naishtaha. Okay, let me read it slowly. Okay, this is the Nisheda. Okay. Nisheda is that Shaishikat Madhubarthiyat shaishiko matuparthakaha sarupaha pratyao na ishtaha. Which means if you have a shaishika pratyaya, shaishika means what? That what Vasudha and Kalpesh are saying is that can we use a mayat on top of mayat, or can we use a an and add mayat on top of that? I don't see nisheda for that. Nisheda is like this. Nisheda is there. Nisheda is that you cannot use a shaishika pratyaya on top of another shaishika pratyaya, which is sarupaha, the same letters, the same form pratyaya. So one more time, let's go back over here, is that if you look at this, in fact, it's something which I did not mention in the class. I'm glad this is maybe Panini's grace that he's, making me mention that. So here, because we said here, adhikar of sheshe goes from 4292 up to, 43133. So called shaishikaha. So sheshe bhavaha shaishikaha pratyaya. So all these pratyayas which come in adhikara of sheshe. Then if you add one shaishika pratyaya, you cannot add another shaishika pratyaya on top of it which has the same letters. It has anubandhas can be different, but even if it is anubandhas are different, if it is the same sarupaha, samana rupaha, sarupaha, you cannot add a shaishika on top of a shaishika which is samana sarupaha. Same thing, which is that matuparthiyat matuparthakaha sarupaha na ishyate. You cannot take one you cannot say Bhagavat and add on top of Bhagavat again you add Bhagavatvat. That will not work because the fact that you are taking a sarupaha matuparthya pratyaya. You can add one which is different form. That is form, So you can add make danda, make it dandi on top of dandi. Maybe you can add matup. So you can do like that, So but you cannot add. So the only nisheda that I know of, you cannot add a shaishika pratyaya on top of shaishika pratyaya, which is sarupaha. Similarly, you cannot add a matuparthiya pratyaya on top of matuparthiya pratyaya, which is sarupaha. This is only two nishedas. And then sananta san ishyate. You cannot add a sananta on top of san pratyaya on top of san. We say chikirshati, chikirsha. You cannot take chikirsha and san on top of that. So these three. Sanantas, in fact, let me put it here. Because this is the question. This is an important thing which I, okay. So this is the I think this is Mahabhashyam. So Shaishikat. So Shaishikat Matuparthiyat Shaishiko Matuparthakaha then says sarupaha pratyo na ishtaha sarupaha pratyaha na ishtaha neshtaha and sananta sanna ishyate sanantat sanna ishyate sanantat na sannishyate. Okay, so this is the thing. It says that shaishikat matuparthiya shaishiko matuparthakaha sarupaha pratya neshtaha sananta sannishyate. So this is the one. So but it didn't say mayat, but sheshika, as I said, the shesha adhikara ends before we start the tasya vikara. So even though technically it is possible, you can add mayat on top of mayat, but I don't think anabhidhan. I think I have not seen such a usage like that. But there's no nisheda for it either. Yes.
Sannampan sannishyate or sanishyate.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is. I was hoping not to bring that up. This is the way. What correct? Good. I'm sad. Vasu is back and he's awake and he's following Vyakaranam. Very good. Vasu is getting warming up. Okay. No, that is a good question. What the reason is that this Sutram 8332. Nyamo rasvadashi nyamo nityam, right? So what Vasu is saying is a good question. This is sannantat. We add the nut agamaha because of nyamo rasvadashi nyamo nityam. San antat became sannantat, sannantat. But then why not sannishyate? Should be sannishyate. In fact, how about this one? Iko yennachi. When you say iko yennachi, should be iko yennachi, right? Yennachi. Because this nyamut. So when you say iko, it should be iko yennachi, yennachi. But what I think the answer to that is that sometime with these technical terms, this sutram, even though the sutram 8.3.30 says nityam, nyamo rasvadachi nyamo nityam is what Panini says. But then Panini himself violated that sutram in the Ashtadhyayi. So this is not the only one. This is, like sutra like iko yannachi, etc. This sutram is not followed. This nyamo rasvadachi nyamo nityam is not followed in Ashtadhyayi everywhere. So then how do we understand that? That means that it is nityam. But sometimes when you have a technical term like sun, yan, etc., then it may or may not be followed. So in this Mahabhashyam, this is from the Mahabhashyam. This is the way it's in the Mahabhashyam. Sannanta na sanishyate. Na sanishyate. Should have been sannishyate, right? I think to fit the meter probably it has been done like that. But yes, here this Patanjali has used the nyamo rasvadachi nyamo nityam. But here he has not used it. Because sun is a technical term. So the technical term, there is some optionality because Panini himself has done that in Ashtadhyayi. He has not used that sutram. It's a good question. So here 8.3.32 has not been used in the Mahabhashyam. He says sannantat is fine. Doesn't say sannishyate, sanishyate, sanishyate, sanishyate. Yes, correct. I was hoping to bypass that, but good. Welcome back. So good. Okay, coming back to Kashtasya Vikaraha. So Kashta is the Vriddha Sanya. So this is, we are in the book right now in the, so he says here, Kashtasya Vikaraha Kashtamayaha. It's made of wood because it cannot be in Avayave because Avayave has to be Prani, Aushadhi or Vriksha. Okay, now there is Sharasya Vikaraha Sharamayam. Now he says that the question is that Nitya Grahanam Kim is why to say Nityam? Because we already, just for the special mention, would have been Nityam anyway. But just by the mention of the Vriddha Sharadibhya, if Panini just said, it would have been Nityam anyway because of Vishesh Vidhanam. Then why say Nityam? Yavata Arambha Samarthyad eva Nityam Bhavishyati. Because the fact that he's saying Sharadibhya, it has to be Nityam only. What's the use saying Sharadibhya? So he says then, Ekacho Nityam Mayatam Ichanti Tadadena Kriyate. This Nityam is there to signal something more than that. So because it would have a Nityam anyway. The fact that Panini is making a special sutram, Vriddha Sharadibhya, so that means it was Nityam anyway. On top of that, Panini is saying Nityam. So that they take it as a Jnapakam. That Ekacho Nityam Mayatam Michanti. So if you can take a, if it's a Ekach Pradipadikam, then Mayat is Nityam. You cannot use An, etc. We have to use Mayat. Like Chinmayananda, right? Chit, Chinmaya. The Chit is Ekach. So, and so Vangmaya. So this Nityam is used as an indication by the Vyakhyataraha. So it says Vyakhyataraha Ekachaha means Ekachaha Pratipadikad Angad Nityam Mayatam Michanti. So Ekachaha Prakriti which is Ekach Nityam Mayatam Michanti. So Tvangmayam, Tvach becomes Tvangmayam. It's a product or a modification of skin. Srangmayam, made of a garland. Vangmayam is made of speech. So Vangmayam is a modification of product of speech. Product of speech. So this is product of skin, product of a garland. So if we take Chinmaya, so Chinmayam. So product of Chit, so consciousness, I guess, whatever. So Chinmaya. So you cannot say Chinmaya, you cannot make it and make another form, with that. So Ekachu Nityam Mayatam Michanti iti jnayate. Nitya Grahanena. ekachu nityam mayatam icchanti iti anena kriyate. Take the form tacho vikarah tvangmayam. So same thing, because tasya vikarah, this cannot be avayave. Avayave has to be prani oshadhi vrikshebhya. So this cannot, it's only vikare. So we say the pratyaya, tasya shashtiyantam, so shashtinyas plus mayat. Same steps, anubandha lopaha by halantyam, and then suplok, supodhatu pradipatikayoho. And then what happens, we get pratyaya lope, pratyaya lakshanam, supting antam padam. Then we get shohokuhu, jali padante. This is not jali, but it's padante. So tvak plus maya. And then we get the vartikam, which is pratyaya bhashayam nityam. Yaronunasike nasiko va. But then pratyaya bhashayam nityam. So it is, so this is, so va padantasya, but I'm sorry, 59, it says, no, I'm saying, I think the wrong place, no.
So that pratyaya bhashayam nityam is basically pratyaya bhashayam nityam is for the vantoyi pratyaya, right?
No, it's 8445. Let me just double check that. This is wrong. This is wrong number here. This number is wrong. It should be 8445. Let's double check. Isn't it under the Yaronu Nasikova? The Pratyaya Bhasha is in that sutram, Kalpesh. It's 8445.
Yes.
Let me double check that. Correct, right? So it is Yaronu Nasikova. 8445. There's a Vartikam, Pratyaya Bhasha Nityam. So Chinmaya, and there's only one form, Chinmaya. He says, Yaronunasike pratyaya bhashayam nitya vachanam kartavyam. So Vangmayam, Tvangmayam, in fact he gives that. Okay, so there is only one form, because Vartikam says that, when the pratyaya follows between a angam and a pratyaya, bhashayam, this rule is nityam. So pratyaya bhashayam nityam, we get similarly srangmayam, Vangmayam. So one more time is that, so first time we get chohokuhu, jali padante is padante, it's not jali but it's padante, because pratyaya pratyaya lakshanam supting antam padam. Then we get the anunasika, nityam, because this is pratyaya parataha, and bhashayam. Of course, mayat can use bhashayam only, we just saw that. So this nityam vriddha sharadibhya gives us following meanings. Most importantly, if the prakriti has a vriddha sanya, which means that the first among the vowels in the prakriti is vriddhi, then only mayat can be used in the sense of vikare athva avayave, but avayave has to be prani oshadhi vrikshebhya. If you sharadi ganaha, I think sharadi gana has only a few words in it, then also mayat has to be used only. Then not only that, but if you have any prakriti, pradipadikam, which is ekach, then there also only mayat has to be used. So these are two important things. If the prakriti is vriddha sanya, or if it is ekach, then only mayat can be. So that's the nityam. Only mayat can be used. So you get only one form, which is you're going to get amramayam only, kashtamayam only, sharamayam, and then also vangmayam, chinmaya, etc. Vartamaya. So now, but all this is still under the condition of abhaksha chadanayo rityeva. Abhaksha chadanayo rityeva. This is only the sense of abhaksha chadanayo. So still the condition of it should not be something which is eaten or which is consumed, or should not be something which is taken as a covering. So shakasya vikaraha shakaha upadamshaha. Chutney. This is something condiment which you use while eating. A pickle or something. So shakasya vikaraha shakaha upadamshaha. Not shakamayaha. Because you cannot say shakamayaha because the same condition. Because shaka is a vriddha sanya. See that? Because the akara is the first among the vowels and it has the vriddhi sanya, vriddhi radh. So shaka is vriddha sanya, but we cannot use mayat. Even though it is said nityam vriddha sharadibhyaha. Because of the fact that is only in the condition of abhaksha chadanyoho. So therefore we say shakasya vikara will be shakaha only, not shakamayaha upadamshaha. So if it's something which is made out of vegetable, it should be shakaha. Then darbhanam vikaraha darbham vasaha. think Darbha is in the Sharadi Ganaha, I believe. So then Darbha doesn't have the Vriddha Sanya, it's in the Sharadi Ganaha. Darbhana Vikaro Darbham Vasaha. Something which is made out of Darbha grass, like a covering or a garment or something which is made. Then that will be, even though Darbha is in the, I can double check that, but Darbha is in the Sharadi Ganaha. Still we will not use the Pratyamayat. The condition of Abhakshya Chadanayoho still follows. Let me double check that. So this should be in the 144. Darbha, the Ganaha, I think has only about 6-7 words in there, 7-8 words. So 43144. Nityam Vruddha Sharadibhyaha. So it says Shara Darbha Mritkuti Tirna Soma Balvat Sharadi. So Darbha is in that kana. Okay, and now I think that completes what we have in the book on this topic. Now I just put one more sutram over here. Goshcha Purishe. Goshcha Puri, special sutram. This is not in the book. I just thought I put it there because it's like Gomayam. Gomaya is cow dung. It's a product. See, it's not a product really. So Gomaya is, well, you can say it's a product of, it's not really a product, but in the sense of Purishe, excreta of a cow is called, we get the Pratyaha Mayat after that, in that particular meaning. So 43145, we get the Pratyaha. Actually, in the sense of the, see, there is another sutram which I have not taken, because this is not in the book at all. It says that go payasor yat. So we get the word. So following the go and payas, the pratyaya yat is actually prescribed by 43140. Should not put in the document, which in the sense of purishe, then mayat is to be used. Okay, if you want, we'll look at this very quickly. 43160. The Pratyaya says that, let's look at 43160 very briefly. 431. This is not in the book. Go payasor yat. So go payas shabdabhyam yat pratyabhavati vikavavayor arthayoho. Vikavavayor arthayoho. So gavyam, so payasyam. So that is which is made of, So made means what? It is not made of a cow. It is made out of basically milk. Something which the cow gives. You have to make the adhyahara, which superimpose the cow on basically what is eaten by the cow, consumed by the cow. So that is in the sense of that. So go paya shabdabhyam yat pratyabhavati. But if it's in the sense of purishe, in the sense of, cow dung, so in that sense it has to be only, we have to use the pratyaya goshcha purishe. To use the pratyaya mayat. Anyway, this is not in the book, but the gomaya is a quite a famous word in the sense of purishe, goshcha purishe, pratyaya mayat is used. So gomayam, goshcha purishe, gomayam. So this is not technically in the sense of vikare, definitely not avayave, but vikara in the sense of it is a modification because what she ate is coming out. So that's in the sense of vikara like that. So you get gomayam. So goshcha purishe. Otherwise, go payasor yat was coming by 43160. Now, one more meaning mayat is used. So this is not in the book. I just gave it on the side, just like that. This tat prakrita vachane mayat. It's a different section. Now look at this number, by the way. It's 5421. It says that prachuryena prastutam prakritam tasya vachanam is pratipadanam. So it says prakrita vachane mayat. So it says that this is a swarte pratyaya. Swarte pratyaya sense of the annam. So annam. So we say annamayam. Okay, let's look at the vritti first. Prachuryena prastutam prakritam. Prakritam, which is presently at hand, which is just plenty of it. So plentiness, plenty of something. So prachuryena prastutam, which is available or in plenty. Live in plenty, which is present in plenty. Present in plenty is prakritam. Tasya vachanam pratipadanam. So when you want to describe, when you want to state as something being in plenty, pratyaya mayat can be used. Now the word vachanam is a dhatu vach, pratyaya lyut has been used. But lyut, as we can recall, we saw lyut being used in the sense of bhave, And also Karanadikaranayoscha. Remember that, going back there, way back, Lyutcha in the sense of Bhave, and Karanadikaranayoscha 33117. So in which meaning has been used in this sutram? Tat prakrita vachane mayatta. In both the meanings they say. So Bhave and Adhikarane also. So in the first meaning of Bhave, Prakritam Annam means Annamayam. Mean here is the plentiness of food. So Annamayam means so Annamayam vartate. There's plenty of food here. It is plenty of food here. You can say Annamayam vartate. Annamayam. So you can use pratyaya mayat in a completely different meaning. Prakrita vachane means prachuryena prastutam prakritam. So prachuryena means been plenty. Prachuryena prastutasya vachane mayat. The second meaning is adhikarane. Means apupa. So dvitiya tu annamayo yajnaha. So he says in which there is a lot of annam. You're now qualifying yajnaha. Adnyamayo annamayo yajnaha. So we can say, so prachuryena prastutam annam yasmin. Yasmin. So that in which there is a lot of food available, that is a yajna. So one more time, tat prakrita vachane mayat says that this tat is prathama. So you can in this first one will be swarte. So annamayam. Annamayam means that it will be signifying abundance of food. Abundance of food. So that food will take the swarte pratyaya mayat. Swarte pratyaya mayat, the sense of prastuta vachane, prakrita vachane. So the prakriya is the same. We say anna plus su, this tat is mentioned over here. Then mayat, see 5421, and yes, we do anubandha lopaha, and so look and we get annamaya. Now the question is, what should be gender of annamaya now? Because it is swarte. What should be gender of annamaya? Says Anna is a neuter pratipadikam. Annamaya is also neuter because the paribhasha swarthikaha prakritito linga vachananyanu vartante. The swarthika pratyaha, they will take when you form that word with the swarthika pratyaha, and then that will take the lingam, which is same as the prakriti. Same as prakriti will take. So it will become annamayam, literally like vanam vane vanani, literally like vana pratipadikam, because annam was neuter. Annam was neuter. Similarly, we can take apupamayam. Apupa is something like a cake or a pie or something, like maybe like a vada or something like that, which we call something like a preparation, like sugar, spices, and things like that. So it is something which you eat. It is an edible thing, apupa, some kind of a small, vada or a cake or a pie, something like that. So that is apupamayam. So plentiness of vadas is apupamayam. Now apupa actually is a masculine pratipadikam. We just said that swarthikaha prakritito lingavachananyanu vartante. It should be apupamayaha, shouldn't it be? Because apupa is a pullinga pratipadikam. Apupamayaha. How become apupamayam? Because there is a kvachit swarthikaha prakritito lingavachananya tivartantepi. So sometimes you will find a situation where, like here, we should have had apupamayam in the sense of prachurye, the sense of plentiness. Then we should have had apupamayaha, because apupa is masculine. But once in a while, this prior paribhasha, all paribhashas are like that. They sometimes they don't work all the time. So swarthikaha prakritito lingavachananyanu vartante doesn't work all the time. So annamayam was fine, because annam is neuter. But apupamayam should have been apupamayaha by this paribhasha. But kvachit swarthikaha prakritito lingavachananyati vartantepi. Sometimes they take their own lingam. So bottom line is that there is annamayam or apupamayam, it will be neuter only. It will be same form. This is in the first meaning of bhave. Bhave means that plenitude of that. That in plenitude will be like that. So that in plenty. Now adhikarane, when you take it, that in which there is plenty. Now this is not swarthika pratyaya. It is not swarte. It is now saying it is relating to something in which there is plenty of this. So if you take, so the same thing is that, okay, so first one was prakritam prachuryena vidyamanam anyam yasmin, so annamayo yajnaha. So this is a annamaya yajnaha is prakritam prachuryena vidyamanam annam yasmin. So this is the second meaning, which is the adhikarane. The same form vachane, prakrita vachane, is interpreted in two ways. Prakrita vachanam could be in the sense of an abstract noun, meaning in the sense of plentiness of that. The second can be in the sense of adhikarane, because by Sutram 33117, karana adhikarane, the same pratyaya lut, we used adhikarane also, which means that in which there is plenty of food or plenty of vadas, then we can say that it is prakritam equals prachuryena vidyamanam. Prachuram is plenty, so prachuryam is plentiness. So prachuryena, in plenty. So in that manner, vidyamanam, which is present in plenty, but yasmin. So annamayo yajnaha. The same steps, but annamaya is an adjective, not to the yajnaha. It's not swarte. In the paribhasha, it only applies swarte. Swarthikaha prakritaha. So now it's qualifying yajnaha, because prakritam annam yasmin. Annamayo yajnaha. Then prakritaha apupaha yasmin apupamayam parva. It's a tithi or parva. It's a time in which an occasion or festival, on a particular time where there are a lot of vadas in that. So apupamayam parva. Parvan pradipadikam. Apupamayam parva. If you take the feminine, then what happens is that, of course, this is mayat, so it is a takaras in it. We get annamayi yatra. It's a journey on which there is a lot of food. Apupamayi rathya, etc. I think it's a rathya. I think it's a market or I think a street. See rathya, in which there is lot of vadas are there. So this is what this might. So it's used in two senses. There's an abstract noun meaning something available in plenty. So annamayam vartate, apumayam vartate. There is plenty of food here. Annamayam vartate. So rathya is a road for carriages. Okay, highway is a highway place. Okay, it's a street or highway, main road. I mean, a lot of vadas are available, I guess. So apupamayi rathya. So first meaning is that just an abstract noun, meaning that bhave, plentiness of something. So annamayam, apupamayam. And even though apupamayam should have been masculine, but in this case neuter only by the usage, apupamayam. Second thing is that it is some place or something or some occasion on which there is a lot of that. So then we get annamayo yajnaha, apupamayam parva, and if we make the feminine, we'll get 4:115, and then we'll get annamayi yatra. So at least there is a lot of food, apupamayi rathya, etc. Now, I did have that here, annamaya plus neep by tidhani, etc. 4:115. Apavada for this, ajadyata shtap, and then we get lashakvatadite halantyam, and then yachibham yasyiti cha annamayi. Okay, let's see where in the book right now. So this is the two forms of mayat. One is in vikare avayave, va, unless vruddhasharadibhyaha, nityam vruddhasharadibhyaha, and then nityam means ekacho api nityam. So vangmayam, chinmayam, etc. And the second meaning which mayat is used is in this sutram, which is in a different section, tat prakrita vachane mayat. This is forming an abstract noun with plentiness of that, or that in which is a plenty of that. These are two meanings. So this is a different section. That was this second was 5.4.21. It's a completely different section. 5.4.21. 5.4.21. Prakrita vachane mayat. Okay, now in the book, where are we? In the book we are finished this part. So it says Ghatamayam, full of ghee. I think this is the Prakrita Vachane Mayatta. If we say product of ghee, there will be Ghritamaya in that sense. It becomes in the Vikare. But if he says full of ghee, something in which there's plenty of ghee, and that will be Ghritamaya. Now, the thing is that, in fact, I shouldn't bring this up. This is not Vedanta class. But you know, Anandamaya Kosha, since Vasu brought it up, I can extend that. Now, Anandamaya Kosha, right? Now, in the sense of what meaning is that now? Anandamaya Kosha. Is it a product of Anandaha, or that in which there's a lot of Anandaha? What we should use that. So it should be in the sense of that with a lot of Ananda. Should we look at? I think that in the Bhashyakaraha in that says Anandamaya iti vikare mayatya. Vikare mayatya. So now how is that? We should take it, Vikar should take it, Anandamaya Adhikarane Shankaracharyahi. I'm reading this Tattva Bodhini. Anyavantara Atma Anandamaya. It says Anandamaya iti vikare mayat ityuktam. Tat katham sangacchatam. How is that possible? Because prachurya mayat iti tu vaktum uchitam iti chet. Should be that in which a lot of ananda. Should it be a product of anandaha? Says there is the samadhanam. Then why does Bhashyakara says vikare mayat? Then what they say is that prachurye mayatyapi prakrityartha virodhino dukkhasya leshato anu vritti labhat prakrite vikarartha paryavasyati iti tesham ashayaha. So what it is said is that even if you say there is annamaya yajna, there will be somebody may still be hungry in there. Because if you have a lot of annam, okay, but it may not satisfy absolutely everybody. Plenty is there, it doesn't mean there is no tinge of lack of annam. And annam is in plenty. But that there may be one small place where there is no annam is also there. So then we say that because Anandamaya Kosha, this is Vedanta, not Vedanta class, and I'm not qualified for Vedanta anyway, but just interesting example, Annamaya Atma Anandamaya. Antaratma Anyantara Atma Anandamaya. So Anandamaya Bhashyakara says Anandasya Vikare Mayat. Because if he says Prachurya Mayat, so it says Prachurya, because then what will happen is that there can be a tinge of unhappiness there also. Prachurya doesn't mean it's completely, there's a lot of it, a lot of ananda is there, but doesn't mean that it is, completely no shade of dukkham. There might be dukkha lesha there also. But when he says a product of ananda, there's nothing but ananda in that. It's vikare mayat, vikare mayat. So you can enjoy some of these discussions if you know Vyakaranam well, what he's talking about. So he says vikare, so Bhashyakara says vikare mayat, not prachurya mayat. Because prachurya, there must still be dukkha lesha in that. But vikare mayat means that this atma, anandamaya atma, there is no smallest shred of dukkham. So it says ananda, vikare mayat. I know Vasu pretty excited by this. Yes, Vasu. This is not my topic. This is not my topic. I'm telling you right now.
No, you don't have to give a disclaimer. I always believe that people who understand Vyakarana are the only ones who are qualified to explain Vedanta. Anyways,
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, when you said there could be a lesha of
dukkha lesha,
it is like a vegetarian in the barbecue party.
Okay, welcome back, was is all I can say. I know I shouldn't have taken this topic. I know I shouldn't have taken this discussion, but yeah. But anyway, what I'm saying is that, yes, true. I mean, prachurya, but the bottom line is prachurya doesn't mean it is completely that. There will be plenty of that, but there could be something or other also. There could be some opposite absence of it also somewhere. So that's a good example in Vedanta is this Anandamaya Atma, which is Vikare Mayat, not Prachurya Mayat. But as Vasu is saying, vegetarian means it can't be once in a while. Non-vegetarian. Okay, I don't know, that's a good example. But okay, next topic, Matrach. Matrach is that says okay, Matrach. Pramane dvaya sajja dadnai matrachaha. Pramane. Different topic now. It's the sense of pramane. Pramane means that tadasyeti anuvartate. So pramanam means measure of that. How much is that? What is the measure of that? 5 to 37. Pramane dvaya sajja dadnai matrachas. These three pratyas are used. in the sense of the proportion of, this is the proportion of that, something which is a proportion. Vikara shabde shabdan na iti che na prachuryat. Okay, so it is, I think Kalpesh is saying something. Vikara shabdan na iti che na prachuryat. Okay. Oh, it's Brahma Sutra also, is it? Okay, 1163. Okay. All right. I didn't know. This is not my topic, but anyway, apparently some Brahma Sutra also is coming 11613 according to Kalpesh. Kara Shabda na iti chet na prachuryat. Okay. Alright. So if you want to enjoy some more of this Mayat, you can look at the Brahma Sutra Bhashyam 11613. So Pramane dvayasaj dadhing matra chaha. So these three are used, sense of pramane. So tadasya anuvartate. So tadasya sanjat is also famous sutra in the prior one, which we have used in the class, in the Wednesday and Thursday class a few times. Tadasya sanjatam tarakadibhya itach. In fact, in tomorrow's class, we'll use this sutra in tomorrow's class. Tadasya sanjatam tarakadibhya itach. Pratyaya itach is used in the sense of, in that in which this has arisen. Like we say, tarakitam nabha, pushpito vrikshaha, and so on. So that is the pratyaya itach. Anyway, that's not what we're doing right now, but tadasya is coming from the anuvritti, tad asya. Tadasya pramanam, the sense of pramane. So that is the measure. So of this, that is the measure of this. Tad asya pramane. So these two pratyas, you let's look at the vritti. Tad pramanam asya ityarthe. Pramane vartamanat prathamanta. So it should be a prakriti which is pramane. It's a measure. It's a measure or limit or extent of something. Prathamantat pratipadika dvaya sacha dadnach matrach ityete trayastadhitaha pratyayasyaho. So these three come in that meaning. Is that dvaya sach dadnach and matrach. So we say janu pramanam asya. That which is up to the knees, janu, up to the knees. So janu dvayasam, janu dadnam, janu matram jalam. When you water which is up to the knees, so you say janu dvayasam, janu dadnam, janu matram. So I mean, the steps are straightforward. Janu plus su, because it says tad asya, tad this prathama. So you add one of these dvayasaj dadnaj matrach, and in the sutram pramane dvayasaj dadnaj matrachaha, we get the form. I mean, as usual supluk and anubandhalopa. Anubandhalopa chakara is for Vedic swara, doesn't affect us right now. So we get the form janu dvayasam, janu dadnam, janu matram jalam. Now nabhi pramanam asyaha, nabhi dvayasi, nabhi dadni, nabhi matri. Parikha is a trench or a moat or a ditch which comes up to your navel. So nabhi pramanam asyaha. So it is which comes up to the navel. Oh, panditaha, yes, thank you. This sutram which I just talked about. So the word panditaha comes from that sutram. This prior sutram, which is the tadasya sanjatam tarakadibhya itach. So panda is the vivekavati buddhi. So one who has that kind of buddhi is called panditaha. So panda nama vivekavati buddhi sanjata asyeti panditaha. So panditaha is one in whom that special understanding has arisen, as that special thinking or intellect has arisen as panditaha. So these are very important sutram. Sanyataha. So comes in Gita, I think somewhere. So these are the in fact today we have not looked at Gita. Let's look at Gita at least for 1 minute right now. Is that again, this is not the current topic, but since we anuvritti of tadasya is coming from the tadasya sanjatam tarakadibhya itach is tam vidya dukkha sanyoga vyogam yoga sanyitam. So sanyita. So yoga iti sanya sanjata asya is yoga sanyitam. That in which the sanya has arisen, has applied, that to which the sanya has applied, sanyata. Okay, so that is the prior sutram, which is tadasya sanjatam tarakadibhya itach. In fact, in tomorrow's Raghuvamsha We're going to see the word lajjita, lajjita, lajja sanjata asyaha sita, lajjita sita. That is the itach pratyaya. Okay, so now if you want to make, if you're coming back to this dvayasach dadnach matrach, want to make a feminine form, then what happens is that this Sutram 4.1.15 specifically mentions these three pratyayas. 115 mentions the dadnach, the dvayasach, dadnach and matrach. These three, dvayasach, dadnach and matrach. So when you have to make feminine form, the pratyay nip will come. It will overrule the ajadyata stop, and we get nabhi dvayasi. First we found nabhi dvayasa, then plus nip, and then tidhani, etc. The sutra mentions dvayasach, dadnach, matrach, and then we get pratyay nip, anubandha lope yikaraha, yashapuditi halantyam, yachibham yasyeti cha, and we get nabhi dvayasi parikha. It's a trench. It's a trench which is coming up to that point. So also 2.11 in Gita. I think Kalpesh is saying in Gita also 2.11. Let me see. 2.11 in Gita also. Maybe it is. Pandita in Gita. Sorry, Pandita in Gita. This is also Tarakadibhya Itach in Gita. So if you want to make a feminine, become nabhidvayasi because of 4 and 15. Now the only condition here is that these first two, dvayasach and dadnach, they're only used in the sense of height, measure of height, not a measure of like a weight or a, or an extent of like sideways extent. It's not used in that sense, like 1 kilogram or one this or one that, or that in that case 1 quart. That is not, you cannot use this first two, the dvayasach and dadnach are only used in the sense of prathamascha dvitiyascha urdhvamane matau mamati is Mahabhashyam. Patanjali says that urdhvamane matau, in my opinion, the first two, dvayasach and dadnach, they're only used urdhvamane in the measuring height, urdhvamane. So you say januma, but in the last one, the matrach can be used in the sense of any kind of measure. It can be height, it can be, like a cloth extending, sideways, or it can be even a measure in terms like a measure of like a quart or this or that. So it can be any kind of measure, you can use matrach. While the dvayasach and the dadnach can only be used urdhvamane. Yes.
How about in the abstract sense? Bhava matre, guna matre.
Yeah, we come to it. So by extension, drishta matre sati, just on seeing him, so as you were just seeing him. So just that's also a pramana. There's also this, the sense of pramanam. Pramanam means that much, just that much only. So that pramanam is that much extent.
But in the case of vritti matre,
is yes. So vritti is the extent of it. As soon as the vritti comes, then something happens. Vritti matre sati. So vritti matra means just the vritti, nothing more than that. As soon as vritti is there, something happens. So that yes, the same pratyay is pramane only it is. Means that how about tan matra? Like the primary element, tan matra. So the extent of it is just that. So it's a primary element, tan matra. Tan matra means, tat pramanam, yasya, asya, is tan matra. Tan matra means whose extent, pramanam, is tat. Means just that element and nothing more than that. So matrach means extent. It also means whose extent is just that and not beyond that. So we say janu matra means it comes only up to the knees, nothing more than that. It is used idiomatically a lot in the language. Idiomatically, vritti matre means the vritti matra means vritti says pramanam, yasya tat, and tasmin sati. So as long as vritti, as long as vritti comes, as soon as vritti happens, something happens. So, so that is also pramanam. Means extent of it is just that. Means as soon as that is there, as soon as that much extent is there, then something happens. So idiomatically, matrach means just that, like a tan matra, primary element, or just that means just as As soon as that thing happens, then something happens. It's used in Sati Saptami a lot. It's coming in the book, we see in a second. So, but in the case of Matrach, we can use Janu Matram Jalam. We can say Prastha Matram Annam. This is a measure of grain. Or this is Hasta Matra Pataha. So these are not Urdhvamane. So these two are not Urdhvamane. So because you could not say, Prastha Dadnach, Dadnam. You cannot say Dvayasam. You cannot say Prastha Dvayasam, Prastha Dadnam Annam. That is not correct. Because the Dvayasach and Dadnach are only Urdhvamane. Urdhvamane. And a Matrach can be used in any measure. Now coming back to what Vasu was saying, if you look at the book over here, it says that, see, Janu Matra, we just saw that. It says that by extension of the meaning of the word Matra, Pratyaya Matrach basically, it's a Pratyaya, not a word. The Pratyaya Matrach often means merely, only that, just that. So it is extent of that is that much. Just that, just that. And after past passive participle, it means as soon as. So Jati Matrena. So one whose measure, extent is only Jati. Just by on account of the Jati only. Jati by mere caste. Jati Matrena. On account of just that. So means nothing more than that, just the Jati. So it is that whose Pramanam, whose extent is just the Jati. Nothing more than that. So Pravishta Matre Dute. This Sati Saptami also, because Yaschicha Bhavena Bhava Lakshanam. This Sutram Pravishta Matre is this the Yaschicha Bhavena Bhava Lakshanam, like in Gita, Pravitte Shastra Sampati Dhanudyamya Pandavaha. But she says, but now when you couple that with the Matrach, then what happens is that, so you see, we just say Pravishte Dute. Just forget the Matrach for time being, just forget the Matrach for time being, okay? Just take it Pravishte, entered, Pravishta entered. Pravishte Dute Sati. So when the messenger entered, then something else happened. Rajo Vacha, something like that, whatever it is maybe. But then we say Pravishta Matre Dute. So when just that much had happened, means as soon as he entered, nothing else happened after that. Pravishta Matra. So it says Pravesha. That is a Pramanam. It is only that much. So it is the same sutram, but it takes the extensions. We have to use the same Vigraha Vakyam only. So Janu Pramanam, same thing. So Pravesha is Pramanam. So okay, here Kalpesh is giving me a apte explanation here. So Matrach, affix added to noun sense of measuring as much, as high or long or broad also. Reaching as far as Urumatri Bhitti. Urumatri Bhitti. So it's a wall up to your thighs. Urumatri Bhitti. And that and so on he gives. A measure of whether length, height, breadth. Okay, so he's giving a Pratipadikam Matram also. Okay. Anguli Matram means just a finger's breadth, not more than that. And Kinchin Matram Gatva, to go on to some distance. Kosha Matre, a distance of a Koshaha. Rekha Matram, of a Lesha Matram, even just a small shred. So I think these are all extensions of the same sutram. I don't think there's any other sutram for this. Bottom line is that. So Gajamatram, as big as an elephant. So, but yes, it is used idiomatically in the language very frequently in the sense of just that much or as soon as that had happened. Means only that much happened. When only that much happened, or only an occurrence of only that much. Or a fact which is just that much only, but it's still pramanam only. I don't think any other sutram, same sutram. Okay. Now homework is going to be all. They're given some things over here, but is going to be nothing more than repeating what you already done. So I will go in the class, but it's quite honestly, it's nothing new. Let's get started on the homework. It is all going to be, all I did was just copy paste of what we had before. For example, the very first one says, annam dadati, he gives annadaha, varidaha. Annam dadati iti annadaha, varidaha. So vari jalam dadati iti varidah. Means megha. Varidah megha. So here the same sutram which you have seen before, which is the atonopasarge kaha, which we saw many classes back. So adanta dhatu anupasargat karmanyapapade kasya pratyakaha. These are all repetition. I just copied pages from prior class. So we remember sutram which we have studied, which is the upapadam ating, bring back your old memories, upapadam ating. So 2219 says that shabdantarena samarthina shabdantarena samasyate, and then this is a special tatpurusha samasaha where a qualified upapadam compound with another term. Doesn't have to be a sup. It will not be a sup, generally speaking, to create a special tatpurusha samasaha. And then upapada is seen in a section of tatra upapadam saptamistham, which is adhikara which Panini starts from 3192. So in this section, that which is a technical saptami will qualify as a upapadam, and many of them are coming between 321 and 32101, and they're the first sutram was karmanyan, but then the kumbhakara, bhashyakara, sutrakara, but then we have sutram ato upasarge kaha. So pratyaka is used. It will be adhikara of dhatu. Let's switch gears. Switching gears. This is an adhikara of dhatu, so be careful. So adanta dhatu. Pratyaka comes, and if no upasarga is there, anuvritti of karmani is coming there. So there should be karma vachak upapadam. Karma should be upapadam. Then after adanta dhatu pratyaka is used to form a tatpurusha samasa. So we're changing topic right now. We're looking at a tatpurusha samasa bhedaha. So we said, and so we had that anupavadaha, because karmanyan was coming from 3 to 1. If we have adanta dhatu with no upasargaha, and we have karma as the upapadam, then we can use the pratyaka. So we at that time we had derived the form jalam dadati jaladaha, dudai dane. So jala plus plus da plus ka by upapadamating tatra upapadam saptamistham, and then atun upasarge kaha. We did the anubandha lopaha vilashakta tadyate. Then what happens is that this pratyaka has this sanya of ardhadhatukam because of ardhadhatukam sheshaha. And then after that ato lopa iticha, which you've seen the daily example, you've seen this many times now. So if you have a ajayi pratyaha, which is kit nyat, which has the sanya of ardhadhatukam, then the adantam angam takes lopaha alontyasya. So we get the alontyasya, and we get jalada. Of course, the goes away, but supo dhatu pradipikayo. So jaladaha, same thing, annadaha, varidaha. Oh, sorry, type, I'm sorry. Varidaha. So, will you annam dadatiti, annadaha, vari dadatiti, varidaha. Same steps as we did, same. Nothing special. This entire homework is like that. There's nothing new. This entire homework. So now the next thing he's talking in the homework about is this bhumim pati madhye tishtati vrikshe tishtati. These are all the sutram supistaha, which is in great detail in a class, I think few classes back. And this is there's a yoga vibhaga is done, which we have discussed in the class. Supi iti yoga vibhajyate. Supi, we make a separate sutram. Yoga means sutram vibhajyate. So we make supi and sta a separate sutram, and by that we can allow other dhatus, not only shtagati nivrittau, but following any dhatu which is ending in akaraha. This pratyaya ka can be used supistaha. Supyupapade adantat kasyat. So supyupapade, it doesn't have to be karmani. Remember the prior sutram, aturupasargika was only karmani. So that can be used only karmani, atunupasarge kaha, that's karmani. But supi, if any sup is there, then you can use the pratyaya ka after adanta dhatu, not only the dhatu stha, but any dhatu in akara by yoga vibhagaha. Again, this is all repeating what we've already done before. So supyupapade, adantat kasyat, so dvabhyam pibati iti dvipaha. Dvabhyam pibati iti dvipaha. So actually, you know what? Let me just do one thing. I think this one is a wrong sutram. I should put it over here. should use that over here because this is the same thing here. Bhumim pati iti bhumipaha also should come up because bhumim is karmani. Karmanyupapade. So bhumim pati iti bhumipaha. So again karmanyupapade. We have adanta dhatuhu parakshane. Not papane but parakshane in the adadiganaha. So bhumim pati iti bhumipaha will come under the same sutram, which is this one. Atonupasarge kaha. Because this is karmani. Now, so I'll take this out of here. This is the wrong thing. But anyway, Yoga Vibhaga was done with this sutram. We don't need it here because right now what we are having in the book, in the homework, is that we are having only Madhye Tishtati and Vrikshe Tishtati. We had in the Ramayana class at Shimshipastha Hanuman, one who was sitting on the Shimshipa Vriksha. So, Bhumim Pati, we can put it in the Atonupasarge kaha, so that we don't need to do this here. But Madhye Tishtati, Vrikshe Tishtati, we'll use Supistaha because this Madhya and Vrikshe is not Karmani, it is Adhikarane. So, Supistaha, one more time, is that Yoga Vibhaga was done. We don't need it right now because right now we're only deriving Madhyastha and Vrikshastaha. So, but we can use it also in other situation like Dvabhyam Pibati iti Dvipaha Hasti, which drinks with two instruments with his trunk. Karena Mukhena Pibati iti Dvipaha. So then we could Pane that time we had, and we use D plus Bhyam. This is again a copy paste from prior class. Same Pratyaya Ka comes in there. Sutram is still the same. Upadam Mating. To form any compound, you have to find a sutram in 2-1 or 2-2. Upada samasa, the sutram is upapadam ating. Tatrabodham saptami stham. Then yoga vibhaga of this we just did that, and we get kartari krit, default krit pratyas kartari. And then prathama nidishtam samas upasujanam purvam. In the samasa vidhayaka sutram, upapadam ating. The upapadam is prathama nidishtam. That will go first. So the upapadam is the dvi. That goes first because of so prathama-adishtam upasachanam purvam. It goes first. So dvi plus bhyam plus anubandha lope lashakvatadite, same steps as before. Then we get the sanya of ardhadhatukam by ardhadhatukam sheshaha, ato lopa iticha, because akar lopaha, because you have an angam ending in akaraha, followed by a kit pratyaya, which is ajadi kit, sanya of ardhadhatukam. Then akar lopaha, and then we get dvipa. So this was if we need to use a dhatu other than stha and supi upapade, supi, which is not karmani. But if we right now, if you want to, we in fact derive this exact form madhyastaha. We derived that in the prior class already. So shtagati nivruttau, and of course dhatva deshasaha, nimitta apaya nimittikasya apyapayaha. So when nimittam goes, then the thakara reversed to a thakaraha. So shunashtu is reversed. So we get stha again. So madhya tishtati iti madhyastaha. And this comes in Gita and Shloka 6.9. This is Surun Mitra Yudasina Madhyastha Dveshya Bandhushu. Madhyastha. Surun Mitra Yudasina Madhyastha Dveshya Bandhushu. Sadhushu Bicha Papeshu Samubuddhir Vishishyate. Madhyastaha. So Madhya Tishtati Madhyastaha. Remember that in the Sutram Supistaha, so you don't have to karman, it can be any sup. In this case it is Saptami Adhikarane. So Madhya plus Ni, Stha plus Ka, all the same steps. Upapadam Mating, Tatrapodam Saptami Stham, Supistaha, Kartari Krit, and Prathamanidishtam Samas, Upasajanam Purvam, and then Abandha Lopaha, Lashakvatadite. And same thing, Ato Lopa Iticha, we get Madhyastaha, and same way Vrikshastaha, Vrikshe Tishtati Vrikshastaha. So basically this entire homework here, which is this one, is the same, Vandam Dadati, Annadaha, Varidadati, Varidaha, Bhumipati, Bhumipaha, the same steps as Jaladaha, which we learned in the class earlier, Atonupasarge Kaha. This Karmani Anuvatti is coming down there, Madhyastha and Vrikshastaha is what we derived in the class Madhyastaha, same steps. So this is the Upapada Samasa. Next one is also the same. Upapada Samasa by this Sutram 3 to 98 onwards. We saw this section also in the prior class. We have seen this from 3298, which was the Saptamyam Janer Daha, Panchamyam Jatau. Remember that section? We saw that. So this Pradipadi Dhatu Jan, Saptamyam Janer Daha. Saptamyam is Saptami of Saptami. So Saptami of Saptami, Saptamyam. So when you have Saptami Upapade, then the Pratyaya Da comes to Jatu Jan. And Panchamyam Jatau. Panchami also is Upada is fine, should not be Jati Vachaka Shabdaha. Then we had some more down here. And finally we had the extension sutram Anyeshvapi Drishyate. So not only these specific ones, but sometimes by Shishta Prayoganusarena Anurodhena, Shishta Prayoganurodhena, Anurodhena. So Anurodhena. So Shishta Prayogas, we can extend that to other Upapadas also, not only the ones mentioned here. So Dhatu Jan to the Pratyaya Da in a variety of situations, but mainly in these 97, 98, 99, but you can also extend that. So what we have right now is that we have Pankaj Jayate, Anujayate, Dvirjayate. So these three are coming over here. So look at this sutram, which we, again, this is all repetition what we did before. Panchamyam Jatau. So Panchamyante Upade. Jati Varjite. Janer Daf Pratyayo Bhavati. So this is specifically sutram is telling us Panchamyam Jatau. In the class we did the word Anda Jataha. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Make a correction in the book again, because remember we said that this comes in the Adhikara Bhute. The Sutram Pancham Saptamyam Nirdahar all comes in the Adhikara Bhute. So we don't forget that. We have to be very careful, because Bhute Spani starts from 3 to 84. Let's put this Sutram Panchamyam Saptamyam Janirdaha Panchamyam Jato. These are all Adhikara Bhute. So to correct in the, just to be corrected that time, correct in the book please, should be Pankajataha, Anujataha, Dvirjataha. So Pankajam, Kamalam, that which has been born from, slush or wet mud, is already born. It's not being born again right now. That's why Panini puts in the Bhute Adhikara. So you should change that. Pankajatam, Anujataha, depending on if it's an adjective, depending on who is qualifying. Dvirjataha. Vir means 2 times, born 2 times. So in this case, first we can use in Anda Jataha Andajaha, Pakshi Sarpova. This is what we did in the class previously. Same thing, Upapadamating, Tatrapadam Saptamistam, then Panchamyama Jato, because we do have a Panchamyantam Upadam. And then Chutu Dakara Sit Sanyatasya Lopaha, and then we do T Lopaha by Tehe. Normally to use T Lopaha, because look at the number 64143. This is Adhikara of Bhasya, which starts from 64129. But Vachana Samarthyat, because Anubandakarana Samarthyat, the Dakar as an It will have no other purpose but T Lopaha. So Vyakhyanam says, Ditva Samarthyat Bhasyapi Ter Lopaha. Because even though Angam cannot have the Bhasanya here, Bhasanya is only Swadishva Sarnamasthane Yachibham. It is not a Swadi Pratyaya. Swadi only starts from 412. This Pratyaya is coming from 3298. So even though Bhasanya is not there, we can still use the Sutram Tehe Konditva Samarthyat, because Panini has put Dakar as an It, Tasya Ekamayo Prayojanam Sambhavati T Lopaha. Tasmat Anyatha Aditkaranam Anyatha Ditkaranam Vyartham Syat. So you make it T Lopaha, Abhasyapi Ter Lopaha. Andajaha. Similarly, Pankajatam, Pankajam, not Pankajayate, Pankajatam. Pankajatam is past tense, Pankajam. We say Anujataha, Anujaha, Dvirjataha, Dvijaha. These are all the same steps, but this is not in Panchami Upade or Saptamyam. We have to use the extension sutram Anyeshvi Drishyate. So it means that there are some other Upapadas also which allow the dhatu jan to take a pratyaya da, shishta prayoga anurodhena, anakon shishta prayoga. So anujata means paschajataha, means younger brother, anujaha. They say Rama Anujaha. Rama Anujaha, Balaramasya Anujaha Krishna. Ramanuja is not younger brother of, like Lakshmana or Bharata. Ramanuja is Krishna. So Rama is his brother, Rama's elder brother. So Ramasya Anujaha, Rama Anujaha. So one who was born after Balarama is Rama Anujaha. So Anupascha Jataha Anujaha, Dvirjataha, Dvijaha. Dvijata, of course, can be, this Brahmanas, etc. It can also mean birds, snakes, anything, which is born twice. So Dvijaha. It also can mean teeth. Teeth also born twice. You have baby teeth, then you have adult teeth. So that is also Dvijaha. So Dvijapankti means that the row of teeth. So Dvirjata, Dviris means 2 times. Dvirjataha Dvijaha. So this we cannot use either Saptamyam Janirataha or Panchamyam Jatau. We only use the extension Sutam Anyeshupi Drishyate. Then Api Shabdaha Sarvopadi Vibhichararthaha means that the pratyaya da, if is seen to be used Shishta Prayagaha, then if there is no sutram for that, then we have to use this extension Anyeshupi, this Api Shabdaha. It is also seen, it is even seen elsewhere also. When Upapada is something else also it's seen. So it says Tena Dhatvantaradapi Bhavati. Anyasma Dhatu Api Bhavati. The Dhatu could be not Jan, could be other Dhatu also. Then Karakantareshu Kvachita. Could be any Karaka except, Saptami or Panchami also. So basically, the Pratyaya Da can be used according to proper usage in variety of situations, not only for Dhatu Jan, not only in Saptamyam or Panchamyam, it can be used, Anyeshu, Karakantareshu Bhavati, Kvachit sometimes. So that's how we get Anujaha and Dvijaha. The steps are the same, but, but in this is, see, Dvir is Dvivaram, one is born twice. So Prajapading is Dvi only, Dvir, but the steps will be the same, but the meaning will be different. It's born twice, so Dvivaram Jataha. Now the second, Dvir is a Tadita from Dvi, from that born twice, Now the next 2 that he takes up is this. This is all repeating from the prior classes, so I'm going a little bit fast over here. But if you look at the prior class notes, you'll find all of these discussed in detail in the class. So Duram Gacchati, Param Gacchati. This is fine because this is not in the Bhute Adhikara. This is a sutram which we saw. Anta Tyanta Dva Dura Para Sarvananteshu Daha. Same pratyaya. Daha. Look at the number 3 to 48. Anuvritti of this dhatu gam is coming down there. This pratyaya, this is, look at the saptamyantam. So when one of these is an upapadam, so eteshu upapadeshu, so gamer daha. So pratyaya dhatu gam, so gamascha. So it says anta atyanta adva. So anta atyanta adva, dura para sarvananteshu. So we get Antagaha, Atyantagaha, Advagaha, Duragaha, Paragaha, Sarvagaha, Anantagaha. So these are, in the example, is Advanam Gacchati Advagaha. This is what we did in the class when we discussed Sutrams. It says Anta, Atyanta, Advan, Dura, Para, Sarvananta, Ityeteshu, Karmasu Upapadeshu. Karma should be Karmasu Upapadeshu. Gamer da pratyaya bhavati. So Advanam Gacchati is what we did in the class previously. Advagaha, Advan Pradipadikam, So Karma Supapadeshu. So Gam plus Da. Same steps again. Upapadamating, Tatrapadam, Saptamistham. And then, Anta Atyanta Advadura Para Sarvananteshu Daha. Anubandha Lopaha and the same T Lopaha. Ditva Samartya Dhavasyapi Ter Lopaha. So you get Advagaha. Of course, in case of Advaga, what happens is that Pratyaya Lope Pratyakshanam Supting Antam Padam. This Advan gets the Padasanya. And we do Nalopa Pradipadikantasya, we get Advagaha. Same steps, Duram Gacchati Duragaha. Of course, in this case, there is no lopaha, because dura is not ending in nakaraha. It's straightforward. But for this step, we will not need this step. Otherwise, the same, it will be, there will be no 8 to 7, basically. But otherwise, the same steps. Durangachi duragaha, so one who goes far, duragaha. Paramgaha, one who goes to the other side, who goes to the shore, paragaha. one who goes crosses kind of paragaha. Param gacchati paragaha. Now, next one is taking, these are all I'm just taking from the prior classes over here. So, says Sabhayam Sidati Brahma Veti Senam Nayati. These are all in this one sutra which we saw the pratyaya quip. Pratyaya, the sutra which we used was Sat Su Dvisha Druha Duha Yuja Vida Vida Chida Ji Ni Rajam Upasarge api quip. So ebhya dhatubhya. So Sat Su Dvisha Druha ityadibhya dhatubhya quip syat upasarge satya sati cha and then supyupapade. As long as the upapadam sup is there, upasarga is there or not. And following one of these dhatus, a quip can be used. We have seen this sutra before. So at that time we did the form mitram dveshti to mitram dveshti mitra dvit. So I mean when quip is added we get the sarva pahar lopaha because of lashakvatadite halantyam upadeshe jananasikait. Then veraprittasya we get of course then supluk supodhatu pradipatikayoho mitra dvish pradipatikam. Same way we can form sabhayam sidati sabha sad. But instead of we'll use a pratyaya ni because sabhayam saptami ekvacham. The steps are all the same sutram and the same steps sarva pahar lopaha because this dhatu sad is mentioned here sat su dvisha. So same thing brahma veti ti brahma vid senam neti ti senanihi. Upanishad also, thank you, Upanishad, same sutram sat. So okay, so yeah, Upanishad also is formed with the pratyaya quip. Now Upanishad might be a little bit complicated because the thing is that it says supyupapade upasarge satya saticha, but it should be supyupapade. Upapadam should be sup over here. I think Upanishad Kalpesh, this may not work because it says supyupapade. Upapadam has to be a sup. There's some controversy here. Will the upasarga itself qualify as a sup? Like Upanishad. So upa and ni are upasarga kriya yoge. So, now one thing which you already saw is that the bottom line is that it doesn't matter because we can always use sutram quipcha. The quipcha sutram which we saw that allows quip to be used in a variety of situations. Whether upapadam is there or not there, it is bhashayam, it is not bhashayam. So in any lot of situations, quipcha can be used. So quipcha sutram, it is because whether we can use this sutram right here, satsu dvisha for Upanishad. In fact, if you want, I can double check it in a second. But even if we cannot, we can use 3276. 3276 was saying is that Quipcha says that sarvadhatubhyaha sopapadebhyaha nrupapadebhyascha chandasi bhashayam quip pratyabhavati. So you can use quip, can always be used in a variety of situations. Quipcha. If you want, let me check quickly. Let me see what Bhanuji says. Upanishad. Now, pratyaya is quip, but this one which we just used, 3261, requires a supyupapade. So I'm not sure we can use that for Upanishad. Let's see what Bhanuji says. Upanishad. I think quipcha will probably require to be used, not this one. Let's see. There is a Upanishad, okay, 41393. If the word is in the Amarkoshaha, then you can get a good commentary by Bhanuji, son of Bhattoji. Let's see what he says. Says that Upanishad. Upanishadati. Oh, no. Shreyo Asyamva. This is a completely different thing. I'm sorry. No, this is not Upanishad. I'm glad I looked. What is upasargi api? Upasargi api means anupasargi api. Upasargi anupasargi. It can be either one, there or not there. We are seeing upasargi api means it says let's see, what is this? 32161. Ebhyaha quip syad upasarge sati asati cha. Means sati means sati asati cha. Upasarge anupasarge api. So means upasarga is not there or it is there. I think that is the api. Now Upanishad, I'm glad look, there's a completely different sutram, by the way, but at least the way it is given over here. Upanishad, remember, this is, I'm glad I looked, because this is Kartari Krut. See, when we derived Mitra Dvish is one who hates his friends, or Sabhayam Sidati, Brahma Veti, Senayam Nayati. So I take it back, I'm sorry. These are fine, but Upanishad now, it is not the one who's sitting, is it? We have to be very careful. Upanishad, the Pratyakwip is correct. The Pratyakwip has been used. But I should be careful because these are all Kartari Krut that we just derived. But Upanishad is not like that. See, the way that he is Upanishad is that Upanishidati Shreyo Asyam Tiva. Upanishadanam means that it could be that in which there is the Upanishidati Shreyo Asyam Va. That in which it could be sitting together, the act of sitting together, or it could be that in which something good kind of sits close, means appears over there. Nishidati means it resides. Shreya means something beneficial resides in that. That's the Upanishad. So that Upanishad, by the way, is a completely different meaning. It can be either that is, in fact, so this is a good point, in fact, Kalpesh made, is that just because the Pratyakwip is there, that is not Kartari Krutta. The Upanishad is not Kartari Krutta. Today is a Vedanta class, I guess. So this is not Kartari Krutta. It is not the one who's sitting. The Upanishad is not the one who's sitting. Upanishad is derived as a feminine noun. From this, under the Sutram Striyam Ktin, there is a Vartikam, Sampadadibhya Quip, word Sampad, Vipad, Apad, etc. Quip is used to form a number of feminine. Yes, Nagaraji is here. Yes, sir.
Yes. Upanishad sometimes I have heard use the word shad. Shad means to break the ignorance. That's what the.
It could be, yeah. So one that bakes. In that case, it might be Quip in that sense.
Yeah, that's why I heard it.
If you look at a different dhatu, it's possible, depending on what meaning you want to get. But looking at this one from our question, what is given.
Yes.
Upanishadam atva Upanishadi tat Upanishidati Shreyo Asyam Va. And Sampadadibhya Quip. This is what he says. Correct. If you take a different dhatu and look at a different meaning, then maybe it will be equipped by the Sutram Quipcha. Probably I would think. But if you take dhatu sad into Sidati, then it's not the one who sits. So I think then we have to form this Striyam Ktin with the Vartikam, Sampadadibhya Quip. And then it can be either bhave, anuvritti of bhave, or akartachakarake sanyayam. You can use it in the adhikaranarthe, that in which your good resides, that in which good resides. Upanishad. So okay, let's take one more time, running out. So otherwise the homework is straightforward. Sabhayam Sidati, Sabhasad, and Brahmavid, and Senam Nayati. These are all the same sutram. This is because we have Sad. Because we have Karmani, this is the Supyupapade. Supyupapade. Sabhayam is Saptami, and so it is Adhikarane. Then this is Karmani, and then this is Karmani. And this is in the Kartari Krut, one who does that action. So one who sits in the Sabha, one who knows Brahma and Senam Nayati. Now, of course, Sena, Nihi, the Upasarga, I mean, you don't get the Halnyabhyo Dirgha Sutisya Pruktam Hal, because it is Hal Ni Abhyaha. So this is not the Pratyay Nip, this is the Ikar of a Dhatu. So Sena, Nihi. We will not get, Sena. We will not get the Sakar Lopahaya by 3168. This Ikar is not this three Pratyaya. Me pointing to that. So it is. Last one, he's talking about the straightforward forms, which is Lyut. So he says Bhuja plus Lyut, Pata plus Lyut, Smru plus Lyut, Rudha plus Lyut. So this first one is what he's talking about, is Sutram Lyutcha. Lyutcha. This is the sense of, we'll stop here because time is running out. But for homework, you can look at Sutram Lyutya, which is Bhave. Also, Karanadikaranayoscha. So look at that one, Karanadikaranayoscha. You're going to use the next two form, which is Kriyate anena iti karanam, Yayate anena iti, that by which you can, going is done, Yanam, Sadhyate anena iti sadhanam. So these two, last three, you're going to use Karanadikaranayoscha. 33117. For the first four, you're going to use Lyutcha. But when we say bhojanam, normally we don't mean the act of eating, do we? We mean that, oh, is a typo? Where is this typo? Visaranam. Where is the typo? Oh, smaranam. Where's the typo, Kalpesh? There's a typo somewhere.
Oh, Satish, sorry, it's in whatever I have been typing before that.
Okay. So anyway, next time we'll look at this Lyutcha Sutram, we get Gamanam, etc. Now, Bhojanam is, if you say in the sense of this not eat, this is that which is eaten, isn't it? That which is eaten. In that case, we cannot use 331, we'll have to use 33. Even though in the book he has given Bhojanam, the way he has given it looks like he wants us to use this Sutram Lyutcha. Because he has given this, all is put together. Here he gives Kriyate, Anena, etc. So, but this I think we have to use, we did in the class, you can, please look at back at your notes. We had done this Krutya Luto Bahulam, so use 33113. In fact, we did the example in the class about Bhujyante iti bhojanaha, Rajnyam bhojanaha, Raja bhojanaha, Shalayaha. So this Sutram Krutya Luto Bahulam says Bahulam means that Lut can be used not only Bhave, not only Karanadikaranayoscha, it can also be used Bahulam. This is Karmani. So when we say Bhojanam, we mean food, right? Lunch. Lunch is that which is eaten. It is not the act of eating. It is not by which you eat, in which you eat. So anyway, we'll look at this in the next class. So do the homework. This entire homework is just nothing but just exactly what we have done in the class. So all of these, Gahe Pratyaha, Murunasyapatyam, Yuno Bhavaha, every one of these you can, except for this one, Alankaram Vetti Vedes. This we have some problems over here. Alankaram Vetti and Vedes Sadhu, this number 2. Otherwise, all of these are just exactly what we did in the class. So next time, and for next lesson, I'll give only one homework for the next lesson. Next time we start the next lesson, Amve Bhava Samasaha. Look at the main, what we'll do for this Samasa is that we will skip 214 and we will do 215. Okay, so if you want to do some homework, you look at the Sutram 216, only one homework. It's a long Sutram 216. So besides doing the homework of this lesson, if you can just try to look at 216 for next time, please. Anvyayam Vibhakti Samipa Samruddhi Vridyartha Bhavatya Samprati Shabda Pradar Bhava. This is long Sutram 216. So finish the homework for this lesson and look at 216. For the next lesson, we'll start with this. We will skip 214. We'll go to 215. Okay, let's stop with that. Again, welcome back, Vasu, and thank you, Kalpesh and Anuji and Nagaraj for being in the class. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Bhyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Nama Iti.